A broke 18-year-old with zero evolution, hunted by every gang in the shelter, somehow steals a divine-level beast soul from 3 major gangs simultaneously, mid-battle, while everyone is watching. Then does it again with a god blood snake's eggs. And nobody even knows his name yet. Picture this. A teenager is sprinting through the streets of an underground shelter, chest heaving, axe in hand, with half a dozen angry fighters hot on his trail. He has been in this place for exactly 1 month. He has not evolved even once. And the beast soul he is currently running with? He stole it from a team that spent hours hunting it together. That is Hansen, 18 years old. No backup, no gang, no evolution, just fast legs and zero shame. But before we understand why he is running, we need to understand the world he is running through. 100 years ago, humans discovered a portal to another dimension. They called it God's shelter. They sent soldiers, weapons, technology, and every single piece of human technology stopped working the moment it crossed over. Early humans who entered became prey. They were at the bottom of the food chain, hunted by creatures they had never imagined. Then one human, completely by accident, ate one of those creatures. And something inside him changed. That one act triggered genetic evolution. The human got stronger, faster. His body changed. And when word got back, everyone understood this dimension had a system. Eat a beast soul. Fuse with its spirit. Evolve. Get stronger. Repeat. Keep going, and there is no ceiling. Even the title of God can be reached through pure evolution. The dimension was named God's shelter. The rule was simple. The strong eat the weak. Everything else is just details. Hansen arrived here not because he was brave, not because he dreamed of becoming strong. His father died. His mother got sick. His little sister needed school fees. He just turned 18, the minimum age to enter, and God's shelter was the only place a nobody could earn real money fast. So here he is, 1 month in, zero evolution, stealing beast souls just to survive. He rounds a corner and comes to a dead stop. Something massive is blocking the path. He barely registers it. Just instinct. Pulls his knife and stabs forward with full force. His knife hits something soft. The massive shape shudders. Then slowly, impossibly, it begins to shrink. The creature's form dissolves, and standing in front of Hansen is a woman. Beautiful, furious, and staring at the spot where his knife just made contact. Her backside, specifically. The crowd around them erupts. Whispers shoot through the street like electricity. Because this woman is not just any woman. This is Chin Swan, the most powerful and most respected fighter in all of Ganya Shelter. She controls enormous amounts of resources, commands dozens of elite fighters, and has never been disrespected publicly in her entire life. And Hansen just stabbed her in the rear. His left eyelid had been twitching all morning. He had joked internally that it was warning him about something. It was. Chin Swan does not raise her voice. She does not scream. She simply turns to her enforcers with absolute ice in her eyes. One of them steps forward and drives a kick into Hansen's back so hard he crashes to his knees on the street. His face hits the ground. He tastes blood. Chin Swan's voice comes out slow and deliberate. Anyone who helps Hansen from this moment forward is her enemy. Anyone who is seen with him is her enemy. As far as Ganya Shelter is concerned, Hansen is dead weight. And just like that, on his very first real day out in public, Hansen's social life is completely destroyed. Every potential ally, every team, every chance of cooperation, gone. He gets up from the ground, presses the blood off his mouth, and limps away while the crowd laughs and whispers behind him. 1 month later, nothing has changed. Hansen sits alone beside a mountain waterfall, surrounded by dead black digging worms. He has killed more than 30 of them. Each one gives somewhere between 0 and 10 gene points when consumed. He has gotten 0. Not 1. Not a single point of evolution in 30 tries. His basic gene value is maxed, meaning his body has absorbed everything it can from the lowest tier of creatures. But every other gene category is completely empty. He needs stronger creatures to evolve further. And the last time he tried to fight a stronger creature, a copper-toothed beast, it nearly killed him. He was bettered in for 15 days recovering. No team will touch him because of Chin Swan's declaration. He cannot afford the entry fees for organized hunts. He is exactly where he started, except now everyone in the shelter knows his face and avoids him like he is cursed. He stares at the dead worms and thinks, If he had just not stabbed her that day. Then something catches his eye. A glow. Faint, golden, pulsing, coming from somewhere down the slope. He moves toward it carefully, hand on his knife. The closer he gets, the brighter it glows. And when he finally sees what it is, he stops completely. It is a worm. Same shape as the black digging worms he has been hunting for weeks. But this one is golden. Radiantly, impossibly golden. He checks his system database. It is not listed. No entry. No information. This creature has never been recorded in all of God's shelter's history. The golden worm turns toward him. Hansen does not wait. He lunges forward with his lightning-charged knife and slices through it in one clean motion. The system notification hits him before the creature even finishes falling. Divine level creature killed. Divine level beast's soul obtained. He stares at those words for a full 3 seconds. Divine level. In this world, divine level is not a rank. It is a category that exists above everything else. Only a handful of people in the entire shelter own even one divine level beast soul. Warriors spend years hunting, evolving, sacrificing, fighting, and most never touch divine level in their entire lives. This random golden worm that walked up to him is divine level. The beast's soul dissolves into golden liquid and begins coating his body from the feet up. It spreads across his chest, his arms, his shoulders, his head, until he is standing completely encased in radiant golden divine armor. He looks at his hands, then at a boulder nearby. He pulls back his fist and drives it forward. The boulder does not crack. It shatters. Completely. Like someone detonated something inside it. Our boy goes from the shelter's biggest loser to wearing armor that most elite fighters would spend years trying to earn, in a single accidental encounter. The shift is so sudden, so complete, so utterly unearned by anything except luck, that even Hansen himself stands there laughing in shock. But this is only the beginning. He cooks the beetle's shell into soup and extracts 7 god gene points. Then he notices something else inside the creature's body. A beautiful crystal, small and luminous, unlike anything he has seen. Before he can examine it properly, the green animal he keeps caged in his room shoots its tongue out and swallows the crystal whole. Hansen spins. The animal is already changing. It begins to grow rapidly, its body glowing, first shifting, the cage bending outward as the creature expands. It breaks free of the bars and launches itself at Hansen. He drives his lightning knife into it and kills it. System, original level green animal killed. It had evolved from basic level using the crystal. Hansen stares at the message, then stares at the corpse, then very carefully cuts it open and retrieves the crystal from inside. This small crystal, extracted from the body of a golden divine level worm nobody has ever recorded, can evolve any creature to divine level, just from being consumed. Hansen holds it up to the light. Then very slowly, very quietly, he brings it to his lips and kisses it. Back home, things are uglier. Hansen arrives to shouting. His uncles have descended on the family like vultures, 2 from his father's side, 1 maternal, and they want their share of the house. The family home is worth over 300,000. Hansen's mother has nothing to buy them out with. The uncles give a clear ultimatum, 1 month. Pay up or the house gets sold. If the house is sold, his mother has nowhere to go. Hansen makes some calls, contacts a lawyer, and sits quietly while his insides burn. He looks at his mother's face, tired, scared, trying to hold herself together, and he makes a silent vow. He will fix this. All of it. Whatever it takes. But first, he needs to get a lot stronger, a lot faster, and make a lot more money. And just for a second, watching his mother try to smile through the fear, we see what actually lives underneath all the shameless theft and running and opportunism. This kid loves his family more than anything in this world. And that, right there, is the real reason he is going to become dangerous. The very next morning, Hansen is back on the mountain. He has identified a location called Lufeng Valley where mid-level creatures gather in numbers. His new divine armor makes him immune to damage from creatures below a certain threshold. And after weeks of starving at the bottom, he is done being careful. He spots movement in the grass. Fast, low, almost invisible. A grasshopper with natural camouflage so good it practically disappears into the terrain. He attacks immediately. The grasshopper is faster. It launches straight above him and drives its front legs directly into Hansen's chest. He steps back 12 paces. His chest feels the impact. But when he looks down, not a mark on the armor. He smiles. He jumps, knife out, and slices the grasshopper clean through midair. It falls in 2 pieces. The noise from the fight does something unfortunate. It attracts every single grasshopper in the area. They come in swarms. 10, 20, 30, all targeting Hansen at once. Every one of them hits the armor. Every one of them bounces off. He stands completely still as the swarm crashes against him like waves against a wall, then begins systematically cutting them apart. When that swarm is gone, another one comes. He charges straight into it. By the time he emerges from Lufeng Valley, he has left behind an enormous pile of grasshopper corpses. He is sweating, slightly out of breath, and extremely satisfied. At the valley entrance, a young man in glasses is wandering around looking lost and frustrated. His name is Su Xiaoqiao. He is the son of a wealthy family, out here trying to find creatures to hunt, and has found nothing but dirt and boredom. Then he sees the pile. His jaw drops. He walks around it slowly, counting. Dozens of grasshoppers, all killed cleanly, stacked in neat bundles by a single person currently standing on top of them like he just finished a light afternoon activity. Hansen looks down at him. Wanna buy? 1,000 per bundle. Su Xiao does not even negotiate. He pulls out money immediately, pays 500 as advance, and asks Hansen's name. Hansen is already walking away. I only care about money. Su Xiao shouts after him. He is going to keep coming back. He is going to find this man again. He has already decided. This strange, cold, terrifyingly efficient person is going to be important to him. He shouts a name across the valley. Pays Whale Bia. Money, brother. Wait for me. Hansen disappears over the ridge. He does not look back. But somewhere underneath the armor, he is smiling. Meanwhile, in a heavily guarded compound across the shelter, Shun Tianji sits at the head of a long table. Shun Tianji is the most powerful gang leader in Ganya Shelter. He controls resources, armed groups, and political influence that most people can only dream about. He is calculating, ruthless, and utterly without mercy toward anyone who stands between him and what he wants. Right now, he wants god blood creature eggs. Consuming them dramatically accelerates gene evolution. And he has identified a nest location inside a deep cave system that nobody has yet explored. His right-hand enforcer, Luo Tianyong, sits across from him. Physical level 9.6. Whip fighter. Tactical mind with absolutely no regard for the lives of people under him. Shin Tianji leans back and says simply, "Find me men willing to go in first." The dark note in that statement will become very clear later. Back in the field, Hansen returns to the copper-toothed beast territory. This time, the fight is different. He is different. The divine armor absorbs hits that would have hospitalized him weeks ago, and he systematically tears through the creatures until only one is left. He captures that one alive, smuggles it back into the shelter inside a large bag. His plan: use the evolution crystal on this creature, let it evolve to divine level, and then figure out what to do with a divine level copper-toothed beast. Sell it, use it. Both options are interesting. He also retrieves a spear from one of the copper-toothed beast's souls, an original level bronze spear that forms directly in his hand from the fused soul. He tests it against a rock wall. The wall shatters. Good. Very good. But the universe does not let Hansen have one nice moment without immediately introducing a new problem. He is walking through the shelter with the caged beast hidden under supplies when Shun Tianji's patrol passes. One of the white-clothed enforcers spots Hansen exchanging something with another buyer. Without any warning, without any words, the enforcer steps forward and drives a cane across Hansen's shoulder. Hansen's wound opens. Blood runs down his arm. He presses it and stares at the enforcer, confused and furious. The enforcer does not look at him as a person. He issues the warning like he is reading a list. Anyone who buys from Hansen gets their operation destroyed. Hansen himself will be killed if he keeps operating in their territory. They walk away laughing. A teammate passing by whispers, "You're lucky they were in a hurry today." Hansen watches them go. He does not rage. He does not threaten anything out loud. He just watches, presses the blood from his shoulder, and files the moment away somewhere very deep and very permanent inside him. 3 days later, he checks on the caged copper-toothed beast. Its fur has taken on a faint bronze shimmer. Good. The crystal is working, but it is not done yet. A full mutation needs the skin to look like a brass statue. He will come back. He goes hunting on Loyang Mountain instead, scouting the area, and here's something that stops him cold. 3 of the shelter's most powerful gangs have surrounded a divine-level creature on Loyang Peak. People are saying it has been holding off the combined assault for hours. A half-human, half-bull giant called the Bloody Killer, swinging an enormous golden axe and sending entire groups flying with every strike. Hansen finds a position on a nearby peak and watches. Below him, the battle is total chaos. Dozens of elite fighters versus one creature. Every axe swing erases multiple people from the fight. Qin Swan is in the battle. Shin Tianji's enforcer group is there. The creature is slowly being pushed back, but it is taking enormous casualties on both sides. The enforcer who hit Hansen is down there. His mounted beast is struck by the Bloody Killer's axe, destroyed instantly. The enforcer goes berserk with rage. He reaches into his coat and pulls out something he has been holding for a moment exactly like this. A divine-level poison bow. Single use. Green light arrow. The arrow fires. It pierces the Bloody Killer directly through the heart. The creature falls. Everyone goes still. Then, a column of golden light descends from the sky above the body. The divine beast's soul is emerging. This is the moment every single fighter down there came for. This soul alone is worth more than most people earn in years. They all move toward it at once. But a shadow is already moving faster than all of them. Hansen hits the ground at full sprint, threads through the packed crowd, and snatches the divine Bloody Killer beast's soul the exact instant it manifests, mid-air, right in front of everyone. He grabs the massive golden divine axe that the creature dropped, and he runs. The enforcer watches. He used his one-time divine bow. He sacrificed dozens of men. He destroyed his mount, and a random nobody in the crowd just took everything. The scream he lets out rattles every fighter in Loyang Valley. Chase him. Kill him. Everyone now. And Hansen is already gone, laughing, sprinting into the trees with a divine soul and a divine axe and a death sentence from every powerful person in this shelter. I bet you didn't see that coming. The chase through the mountain forest is not going well. The golden axe is divine level, which means it is also absurdly heavy. Hansen is burning through his stamina, holding it, while running at full speed from dozens of elite fighters who are angrier than they have ever been in their lives. His breath is going. His legs are starting to lose the rhythm. He can hear them gaining. Voices, footsteps, the crash of vegetation being torn through by people who want him dead. He finds a brief shelter behind a large rock and leans against it. His lungs are screaming. He can feel the lead fighter getting close, maybe 10 seconds away. He closes his eyes, and he thinks of his mother, her tired face trying to smile through the fear about the house, and his sister Yan Yun, asking about blue sapphire ice cream the way kids ask about things they know they probably won't get. And suddenly he understands. If he dies here, they lose everything. Not just money. Everything. Then, somewhere in the back of his mind, a memory surfaces. His father's voice. He is young in the memory, maybe 10 years old. He is playing a video game, and there is an NPC blocking his path, a guard or a monster, and he freezes. He cannot attack. He is scared. His father leans over and does it for him, clears the path, and levels up his character without any hesitation. Then his father turns to him. Fear will always exist. You cannot retreat just because of fear. When you are completely helpless, surrounded by enemies, with no path forward, do you know any way to suddenly become strong? Young Hansen shook his head. His father smiled and said nothing more. Now, surrounded by trees, out of breath, with the lead enforcer about to round the rock, adult Hansen finally understands the answer. He opens his eyes. Bloody Killer beast soul, fuse and transform. The energy explodes out of him like a detonation. The Bloody Killer's form erupts upward into the sky, the massive silhouette of the half-human, half-bull creature hanging in the air above Hansen for a single frozen second. Then it comes crashing back down and slams directly into Hansen's body. But he does not stop there. Simultaneously, the Black Beetle Divine Armor activates at full power. 2 divine-level beast souls, fused at the same time. Running. The fighters break through the tree line and skid to a stop. What they see is not Hansen anymore. It is something between a human and a divine beast, dual fusion form. combining the speed and power of the bloody killer with the near-invincible defense of the golden beetle. Half-horse, full-armored, radiating gold energy from every joint. The crowd goes completely silent. Then someone in the back mutters, "He's doing a double fusion," while running away. Another voice, "Is he insane?" Hansen laughs, and it comes out lower, more resonant, the voice slightly changed by the transformation. "Who can stop me now?" He is gone before anyone can answer. The heavy golden axe that was slowing him down might as well be weightless in this form. He moves through the forest at a speed that leaves the pursuing fighters standing still, watching him vanish into the mountain. The enforcer stands in the middle of the broken forest path. Divine bow gone. Mount gone. Divine soul stolen. The man who took it vanished, and he did a double beast soul fusion while fleeing. The enforcer cannot even form words. Later, Hansen finds a hidden clearing deep in the mountains. The dual fusion form only lasts 7 or 8 minutes. He sits down as the transformation fades, back to himself, back to just an 18-year-old kid in golden armor, holding an axe that is too big and too recognizable to carry anywhere. He buries the axe. He cannot use it as a beast soul yet. He has not figured out how to absorb it. And if he walks into the shelter carrying a divine golden axe, every gang leader in the city will be at his door within hours. So he marks the location and buries it deep. He walks back toward Ganya's shelter alone, without armor showing, without the axe, without anything that connects him to what just happened. At the shelter gates, Shun Tianji's men are already posted. They are looking for someone. The description they have been given matches Hansen almost exactly. One of them shoves Hansen aside as he tries to pass through. "Move, idiot. Don't block the way." Hansen smiles quietly and walks into the shelter. Inside, the entire population is talking about only one thing. Money Brother. Pays Whalebia. The mysterious fighter who stole from 3 gangs simultaneously, executed a double divine-level fusion in front of witnesses, and disappeared without leaving a single trace of identity. People are saying Shun Tianji went home and destroyed his entire residence in rage. People are saying the enforcer has not stopped screaming since it happened. People are saying the divine bow, which can never be replaced, was wasted on one creature, and then the soul was taken anyway. Hansen listens to all of this while buying food from a street stall. He thinks, Su Xiao really did name him well. Across the shelter, Chin Swan is in her private office. She has just received a report. A trader named Su Xiao Qiao, who purchased grasshoppers from an unknown fighter in Lufeng Valley, may have contact with the person known as Money Brother. She summons Su Xiao immediately. The conversation is brief. Su Xiao says he only met the person once, bought some fast grasshoppers, does not know his name. Chin Swan's expression does not change. She tells him she wants to buy the divine beast soul and divine weapon that Money Brother stole. She will pay top price. This stays between them. Sushieo's cheeks go pink. He agrees immediately. He is already fully devoted to both Money Brother and Queen Shirvan at the same time and sees no conflict in this. Chin Swan wants the items. She does not yet know that Money Brother is the same man she destroyed socially on his first day in the shelter. And yes, it gets worse. Hansen heads back to the mountains, hunting mutant green creatures for gene points. Shin Tianji has officially placed a bounty on his head. Hansen jokes to himself that he could technically turn himself in and collect the money, but that plan has obvious flaws. He is hunting near a black water pond when a crocodile head surfaces briefly, then vanishes beneath the dark water. He makes note of it. Then there is movement in the grass ahead. Not a creature. A person. Torn clothes. Injuries on his arms and face. But the walk. That is the strange part. This person is visibly hurt, visibly exhausted, but the way he moves is calm. Controlled. The body language of someone who has been dangerous their whole life. Hansen warns him. Iron-toothed crocodiles in the pond. Be careful. The stranger asks, which direction is Glory Shelter? Hansen, this is the north side of Ganya Shelter. I don't know Glory Shelter. Stranger, then take me to Glory Shelter. Not a request. State it like a fact. Like it was already decided. Hansen's face goes flat. He refuses. Points the direction. Turns to leave. The punch hits him from behind so fast he barely feels it coming. His face slams into a rock, mouth filling with blood before he even processes what happened. The stranger says calmly, "Stop talking." Guide me. Hansen spits blood and pulls out his bronze spear. The stranger raises one bare palm. The spear shatters. Not from a weapon. Not from a beast's soul. From pure gene energy focused so precisely into the palm of his hand that it detonates at point of contact like an atomic-level fusion explosion. This is a technique only accessible to people trained at university level. Advanced gene technique. No beast soul required. He is unarmed, injured, and he just broke a original level weapon with his bare hand. Hansen stares at the broken spear. Then he attacks again anyway. Hansen's second attack is faster than the first. The stranger, his name, we will learn, is Lin Beifeng, sidesteps it like he has been watching Hansen move in slow motion. He steps aside, pivots, and drives the edge of his foot into Hansen's shin. The divine armor gets scratched. Hansen stops. This is wrong. Nothing scratches divine armor unless the physical level of the attacker is high enough to overwhelm it. And to scratch divine armor, you need gene technique output above a certain threshold. This injured, unarmed, exhausted man just scratched it. Lin Beifeng sees the armor react, and his eyes sharpen immediately. He wants it. Not in a greedy, impulsive way. In the calm, practical way of someone who knows what things are worth. You're not worthy of this, he says. Remove it. Hansen does not remove anything. Lin grabs Hansen's leg and lifts him. Physically lifts him. And then slams him into the ground with enough force to leave a Hansen-shaped dent in the dirt. Then he stomps him. Repeatedly. Hansen screams. But he does not tap out. He does not beg. Lin stands over him and says it again, flatly, without cruelty, just factually. Trash with divine armor is still trash. That line, somehow, finds the exact nerve in Hansen that nothing else has managed to reach. He slams his helmet upward, drives the crown of his armored head directly into Lin Beifeng's teeth. Blood pours down Lin's chin. Lin is stunned, not from pain, but from surprise. He has not been hit by someone on the ground in a very long time. Hansen activates the bloody killer soul transformation while still lying flat. The half-horse warrior form erupts out of him, launches him upright, and before Lin can recalibrate, Hansen is inside his guard. Punches rain down. Lin Beifeng cannot move. He is injured. His gene technique requires concentration he no longer has, and Hansen is hitting him with the full power of the bloody killer transformation, which is not subtle. Lin eats punch after punch. He spits blood 3 times. He goes to one knee. Hansen does not stop until Lin Beifeng is on the ground and staying there. He stands over him, breathing hard, transformation fading. He checks Lin's pockets. There is a purple crystal memory chip. Hansen inserts it into his instrument out of curiosity. The system identifies it immediately. Ice Jet Girl Technique, Advanced Body Method. Full instructional content with live demonstration. The demonstration is by a series of extremely attractive women moving through the technique's forms in detail. Hansen goes completely red. He had actually been planning to buy this book. He saw it advertised months ago and noted the price with great regret. And now here it is, in his hands, for free, obtained through defeating a stranger in a muddy field. He pockets it immediately. He does not mention finding it. He does not say anything about it at all. He just quietly thanks the universe and walks away slightly faster than necessary. 3 days later, he is practicing the Ice Jet Girl technique in a private space. The effect is genuinely strange. His body temperature begins dropping from the inside, 2 degrees below normal. His skin becomes noticeably softer, which, he acknowledges, is extremely awkward to explain if anyone notices. But the technique is working. His body is adapting to the method and integrating it at the gene level. The softening is a specialty effect, not a flaw. The body adapts its surface properties for certain combat applications. He makes a mental note to remove the memory chip eventually. Keeping it too long could create problems. Meanwhile, Zhang Danfeng calls. Friend from outside. Wants to meet up, says Han Hahu and Shuchi are out, and it would be a good time. Hansen hesitates at the name Han Hahu. That is his cousin. Same age. Has always looked down on Hansen publicly. Creates distance deliberately. Treats Hansen like an embarrassment to the family bloodline. But he agrees. They end up at Starshine Dance Field, a performance venue that attracts the shelter's elite. The main attraction tonight is a fighter named Tank Jinlu demonstrating a purple god blood beast soul. The crowd is in awe. The display is genuinely impressive. But the person next to Han Haho leans over and says tank is nothing. The real story is Baij, the bloody killer fighter, the one who stole from 3 gangs. God Blood Beast Soul. Double fusion on the run. Nobody knows his identity. Fengji pushes back. Baij's God Blood Beast Soul was stolen to begin with. That's not exactly heroic. Hansen sits with them and says nothing. He thinks, I cannot tell any of these people that I am Baij right now. It would only create catastrophic problems. He watches the performance and keeps his face completely neutral. The next morning, a deep cave system on the mountain. Hansen has a large bag on his back and his divine armor active. His target, the poisonous scorpions that fill this cave at every level. The golden beetle armor makes him immune to their venom. He has been systematically clearing this cave for days, filling his bags with scorpion bodies and gene material. He is nearly done. The cave is almost empty. Then he hears a voice. Weak. Female. Coming from behind a boulder near the back of the cave. Is anyone there? Jean Bei. He turns. Leaning against the rock wall, ankle clearly injured, is a woman who does not belong in a scorpion cave in this condition. Qin Xuan. Station Chief. The most powerful military fighter in steel armor shelter. The woman who runs the entire transmission station infrastructure that allows fighters to move between shelters. She is lying against a cave wall with an injured ankle, most of her dragon scent power depleted, unable to walk out on her own. Hansen immediately turns to leave. Get me out of here, she says. He stops, turns back slowly. Why would I carry you out? She pulls out her knife, God Blood Poison Butterfly Blade, and the energy coming off it is not a bluff. Even half depleted, Qin Xuan is operating at a physical level so far above Hansen's baseline that she could still do serious damage. But she cannot recognize him. He has his armor on. His face is covered. She does not know who she is talking to. Hansen looks at the knife. Looks at her. Does the math. Did you kill the mutant scorpion? He asks. She nods toward the back. It is there, dead. Behind her. He sees his own bag, already completely full. She watches him and processes something. This man came into a poisonous scorpion cave alone, has filled an entire large bag with scorpion bodies, and has not been injured once. That armor. That is a God Blood Beast Soul armor. Hansen sets his price. 1 mutant beast soul as reward, and the mutant scorpion corpse which is his by right since he found it. She agrees. He carries her out on his back, toward the shelter. She rides in silence for a while, and then just thinks. This man ate a piece of scorpion meat before he even started walking. He cannot take a loss. Not even for 1 minute. The deal closes cleanly. Hansen contacts Su Xiao to relay the terms. Weapon trade. 600,000. No beast soul included. The transaction is arranged. The money will transfer. Qin Xuan walks away thinking. This man is completely obsessed with money. She is not wrong. But what she does not know is what the money is for. Hansen counts his earnings that night. Then, the next morning, he takes his mother and sister out for the first time in months. They walk to one of the better areas of the city. His sister Yinyun has been asking about blue sapphire ice cream for a long time. The kind of treat that exists in places they have never been able to afford to visit. Hansen tells her she can have it. His mother protests softly. We should save. We have expenses. The house situation is not resolved. And Hansen just shakes his head. I earned money and got mutant genes. I will keep getting stronger. I will give you and Yinyun a good life. They walk toward the venue. The ground floor is busy and full. Hansen leads them toward the stairs to the second floor where the better seating and the ice cream counter is. A waiter steps in front of him. There is a small wooden sign at the base of the stairs. The text is simple. Second floor reserved for elite and aristocrats only. His mother puts her hand on his arm. It's okay. We'll wait here. Go get the ice cream. Her voice is soft. Accepting. The voice of someone who has made peace with 100 small moments like this one over a lifetime. Hansen does not move. He stands at the bottom of those stairs staring at that wooden sign. This tiny thing. This small, cheap, meaningless piece of wood. And somehow it hits harder than every punch he has taken, every blood payment from his shoulder, every humiliation in the shelter. Because his mother just turned away without complaint. Because Yinyun is too young to fully understand, but old enough to sense that something is wrong. Because all of his running and stealing and nearly dying, and he still cannot walk up a flight of stairs with his own family without being stopped by a sign. He stands there for a long time. Then, quietly, just to himself, he makes a vow. Soon, no wooden sign will ever block his path again. He goes and gets the ice cream. Elsewhere, on a train running between sectors, Hansen is traveling back from an errand when the emergency brake fires without warning. The carriage lurches. Everyone falls. Hansen falls directly into the lap of the woman sitting across from him. They are face to face. Very close. It is Qin Xuan. He freezes for what feels like a full 5 seconds, which, in a public train carriage surrounded by witnesses, is approximately 5 seconds too long. The slap is so hard it physically redirects his head to the left. He apologizes. Multiple times. He explains the break. He is completely sincere. The people around them are already taking sides. He grabbed her on purpose, and he cannot exactly explain that this is the same woman whose ankle he carried out of a scorpion cave, because then she would know his identity. The train reaches the station. Qin Xuan stands and steps onto the platform. Rows of military staff are already lined up. They salute in perfect formation. Station Chief Qin, welcome. Hansen stares through the window as the military escort forms around her. This is not just any fighter. This is the commander of the entire transmission station military infrastructure. She can track any person's movement in or out of every shelter she controls. She knows every face that passes through her gates. She turns, finds Hansen's window, and holds his gaze. I won't let this go easily. The train departs. Hansen sits back in his seat and thinks very carefully about everything that just happened. He needs to manage this situation before it manages him. He does not get that chance. Before he even reaches the shelter entrance, a large man grabs him by the collar. Not aggressive, just extremely firm. Someone wants to meet you. Good opportunity. Come. Hansen is transported to a staging area outside the shelter where Shin Tianji has assembled a large group of paid fighters. These men have been fed mutant creature meat, powered up, and equipped for a serious operation. They are heading into a deep cave system. Good money. In and out. Nobody introduces Hansen. Nobody explains who organized this. He is just absorbed into the group and marched forward. They reach the cave. They descend. Inside, they reach a massive underground pit. An underground river flows through the base, dark and completely unreadable. Luo Tianyang steps forward and gives the order, send the hired men in first. Explore the path. Hansen watches. He watches Shun Tianji stay at the back. Watches Luo Tianyang produce pre-inflated boats from hidden bags, meaning this was all prepared in advance, planned exactly like this. Watches the cannon fodder group get pushed to the front. He understands. These men were fed, powered up, and transported specifically to be sent into this water first. Not to fight, not to help, to wake whatever is in that river, to attract it, to fill its stomach, so that when Shun Tianji crosses, it will not be hungry anymore. The hired men board the boats. The water explodes. A god-blood black pearl snake erupts from the river with force that flips multiple boats simultaneously. It is massive, the kind of creature that can swallow 3 men at once, which it immediately demonstrates. Screaming. Chaos. Survivors try to swim for shore. Shin Tianji draws his sword. Every hired man who tries to flee back toward the entrance gets cut down. No hesitation. No mercy. You took money. You run. I kill you here. They are trapped. Between the snake in the water and Shun Tianji at the exit. The only direction left is forward. Hansen had already slipped underwater during the initial chaos. He has his divine beetle armor, which is completely waterproof and provides enough buoyancy that he can control his descent. He swims across the river underwater, unseen, while the snake is busy with the other boats. He reaches the far bank. He waits. By the time the snake's appetite is satisfied, it sinks back into the water, bloated and slow. Shin Tianji crosses with his personal crew. 7 survivors from the original 30+ follow behind. They go deeper into the cave, and there they are. 2 god-blood black pearl snake eggs, sitting in a shallow pool in the deepest part of the cave, glowing faintly, warm to the touch, each one worth more than most fighters will earn in years. Shin Tianji's laugh fills the cave. Both of them are mine. He sends 2 more men to retrieve the eggs. He will let them walk into whatever danger is waiting at the pool first. The men grab the eggs. The mother snake comes up from below and takes both of them. Shin Tianji does not even flinch. He grabs the eggs himself and runs. He rounds a corner in the cave tunnel. A hand shoots out of the darkness and hits him hard across the arm. Both eggs fly upward. Hansen catches them. Both. While already running. He sprints down the tunnel with a god blood snake egg in each hand and Shun Tianji screaming behind him. Jin Bei, it's you again. Hansen is laughing. He reaches the underground river and stops. A second black pearl snake is already at the bank, waiting, and Shun Tianji is rounding the tunnel corner behind him. He is trapped from both sides. Hansen looks at the snake in front, looks at Shun Tianji behind, looks at the eggs in his hands. He throws one egg towards Shun Tianji. Catch. Let's fight the snakes together. Shun Tianji catches it on instinct, screaming that he will take both eggs and then kill Hansen personally. The egg in Shun Tianji's hands begins to crack. A thin line runs from one end to the other, and warm liquid starts leaking out. The mother snake's eyes lock onto it. The full weight of a god blood creature's maternal rage descends on Shun Tianji from both directions as both snakes converge on him simultaneously. Jin Bei, you tricked me again. Hansen is already swimming across the river while Shun Tianji's screams echo through the cave. He sits in a quiet spot outside the cave, stomach full of god blood snake egg, deeply, profoundly satisfied with his life. The egg raised his god gene to 13 points. The crystal continues doing its work. Progress. He is getting closer. He does not see the familiar figure waiting by the cave entrance until he is almost past her. You've been hiding for 15 days, Qin Xuan says. Did you think I'd forget? Qin Xuan does not forget anything. They enter a designated fighting room. Stripped down to training clothes. Ground rules established. 50 attacks. She throws 50. If Hansen survives all 50 without a beast soul, their grudge from the train is settled. Hansen agrees. He only needs to defend. He can handle 50 hits. Qin Xuan's first punch makes his nose water and his eyes blur simultaneously. The next 49 are not more gentle. She goes completely berserk, not in an uncontrolled way, but in the way of someone who trains this exact intensity every day and has simply redirected it at a new target. Punches rain down like sustained artillery. Hansen tries to block, tries to absorb, tries to at least look like he has some idea of what he is doing. He exits the room with a face that has been rearranged into a new configuration. Blood on his chin, one eye trying to close on its own. Dignity, destroyed. Qin Xuan showers and sits with her thoughts. Something is wrong with that fight. His technique was terrible, hands and feet positioned like someone who learned combat by watching rather than training. But every time he committed to a move, the power behind it was explosive. Instant decision timing. Zero hesitation once he chose an action. She has seen trained killers who do not have that quality. She thinks he is hiding something, or there is something growing in him that he himself does not fully understand yet. She decides she cannot let him out of her sight. Hansen, meanwhile, goes directly to the Warrior Martial Arts Club. He slaps 1 million on the counter. Demon back stretch. Advanced martial art. I want the full course. The club owner looks at him carefully. Are you sure your physical condition is adequate for this? Hansen slaps the card down harder. Don't worry about it. Inside the training room, the live instruction video begins. The demon back stretch is an advanced close combat grappling technique. The demonstration involves a series of grabbing, pivoting, embracing, and throwing movements that are explained in great physical detail by people wearing minimal clothing. Hansen covers his face with both hands. He thinks of his father, who specifically recommended this technique to him years ago with a knowing smile. He thinks about that smile differently now. Father, he mutters to the ceiling. I did not know you were that kind of father. He recovers, starts taking notes, and mentally addresses the absent Qin Xuan. If you keep coming after me, I will use you as my practice partner. You have been warned. Qin Xuan, who is not present and cannot hear this, has absolutely no idea what is coming. Around this time, a three-eyed cat appears in Hansen's life. Qin Xuan gives it to him deliberately. It is categorized technically as a pet-type beast soul, meaning it bonds with a fighter and exists in that fighter's soul space. It is meant to be useful in some way. This one is not. Hansen watches it attack a three-legged spirit beast in an open field and get launched so far into the air that it rolls in the dirt for a long time before coming to rest. Then it nearly gets killed by a bird. Then it eats twice its body weight in food without contributing anything to anything. He names it Mia June. He feeds it. He accepts that this is his life now. Days pass. He hunts. He feeds Mia June. He practices demon backstretch in private. Mia June contributes nothing to any fight but eats consistently and enthusiastically and provides a kind of entertainment value that is difficult to measure. In the jungle outside the shelter, a ragged man comes sprinting through the trees with a massive horde of beasts behind him, screaming for anyone ahead to save him. Hansen takes one look at the size of the horde and also starts running. The man promises money. Hansen says money is useless if you are dead. They find a cliff with hanging vines and climb. The horde reaches the base and camps there. They are stuck. On the cliff, the man introduces himself, Lin Beifeng, from Glory Shelter. Hansen recognizes the name. This is the same man whose teeth he sent blood out of in a muddy field. He does not mention this. Lin Beifeng has been traveling for days, exhausted his beast soul energy, ate a baby creature out of desperation, and accidentally triggered a horde response. He has high-quality cigarettes from a premium brand, clearly not a common person. They are trapped on the cliff for days. Food and water run low. Hansen climbs higher to scout. At the top of the cliff, a god bloodstorm bird egg, as large as a grown person, sitting in a nest against the rock face. Hansen looks at it for exactly 1 second. Then he cuts the shell open and starts drinking. System: God bloodstorm bird killed. 1 god gene point gained. He drinks most of it. He is going to need to climb back down with a stomach full of egg liquid. He saves 1 cup. He descends. Lin Beifeng stares at the bloated situation. Brother, you went up for a bit and came back pregnant? Hansen hands him the cup. Lin Beifeng drinks it. Gets a system notification but no gene point. Different species threshold. Then he grabs Hansen's arm with both hands. Brother son, you are a great man. Whatever you need, just say it. Hansen tells him honestly. His reputation in the shelter is poor. Lin Beifeng should keep his distance for his own sake. Lin Beifeng's face goes serious and stays serious. You saved my life and treated me well. I won't forget that. If anyone disrespects you, I will not let it go. Hansen looks at him for a long moment. Straightforward. Direct. Not trying to be impressive. Just stating a fact about himself. Worth keeping. God Gene is now at 18 points. But before he can fully process the alliance, Qin Xuan is already standing outside the cave exit when they emerge. What a coincidence, Hansen says. Internally, this woman has some kind of tracking ability specific to him. The second fight begins without ceremony. Hansen enters the fighting room with new confidence. The demon backstretch is practiced. The Ice Jet Girl technique is integrated. He is a different fighter than he was 2 weeks ago. Qin Xuan attacks before the starting signal with a spinning aerial kick. I learned from you, she says. You attack when there is an opening. Hansen reads the kick. He grabs her thigh. Hard. Qin Xuan goes red from the collarbone up. He uses demon backstretch, pins her thigh, pivots, and she hits the floor with an impact that puts a crack in the training mat. He stands over her. Station Chief Qin, did I win? Internally, to his father's memory, you were right. It is very effective on women. Qin Xuan gets up. There is a color in her face that has not been there before. She reaches behind her without looking and a giant beast soul energy formation erupts from her back, obliterating the wall behind Hansen. The wall is gone. Just gone. We said no beast souls, he shouts. She stares at the destroyed wall. If you weren't going to use them, you should have said so first. The beast soul disappears. She is very still. Hansen walks out. His legs are shaking slightly. Even with everything, the divine armor, the bloody killer soul, the advanced techniques, Qin Xuan's raw power at baseline is on a completely different level. She released a fraction of her ability in a moment of lost control and erased a wall. He thinks, absolute power still crushes everything. Qin Xuan stands in the ruined room and thinks, he made her lose control. Nobody has made her lose control in years. She begins summoning him every day. Daily fights. She thinks he is hiding his true level and is trying to provoke it out of him. Hansen thinks, she is an extremely skilled and powerful woman who is willingly practicing with me every day. This is the greatest free training I have ever received. He does not waste a single session. Meanwhile, Hansen walks out of a practice session one afternoon to find his childhood friend Shuqi running toward him with a smile. Before they can talk, a flying car descends. A young man steps out. Shuqi's fourth brother. Aristocrat-level fighter. The energy coming off him before he has even finished stepping out of the car is the energy of someone who has never had a door closed in his face in his life. He looks at Hansen. Then he looks away. Little sister, places like this attract common people. You should have used the home transfer device. Hansen extends his hand. Fourth brother looks at it. Then at Hansen. People like you have no right to be my sister's friend. Don't follow her around. He turns to leave. Are you talking to me? Hansen says quietly. Fourth brother spins. Let me show you your place. He raises his leg for a kick. Hansen reads every movement, the weight distribution, the angle, the commitment, before the foot is even halfway through the air. He catches the leg, pivots, and executes a perfect overhead shoulder throw. Fourth brother hits the ground so hard the impact sound carries down the street. Hansen releases him, straightens up, and turns to Shuchi. Don't worry. He is strong. A fall like that won't hurt him. That was just my greeting gift. He walks away. Behind him, fourth brother lies on the ground looking at the sky. A slow smile crosses his face. Hansen, interesting. Later, Hansen is in the physical testing center at a time when almost nobody else is there. The tests here measure physical level, combat efficiency, speed, and power output. Results go into a public database accessible to everyone in the shelter network. He enters the robot combat trial. The robots activate. He fuses with the bloody killer's soul, activates the divine armor, and proceeds to destroy every robot in the room with a controlled violence that is far past what the test is designed to measure. Test result, rating 3S. Time, 7.88 seconds. Another test taker across the room, a person named Zhao Basan, who just recorded a nearly A-grade time, stares at the screen. Impossible. First attempt. That speed. That violence. A 3S rating. He looks up to see who just did this. The room is empty. The person is already gone. The video of the 7.88-second 3S performance uploads to the shelter network within minutes. By morning, it has gone viral across every shelter's public forum. At a seaside villa far from Ganya shelter, a man named Tang Zhenliu watches the video on a screen. Top-ranked fighter. Obsessively protective of his standing in the top 10 gods rankings. His assistant tells him, this person has nearly full regular genes, advanced hybrid gene technique, and god blood level B soul armor. First attempt. 3S rating. Tang Zhenliu watches the video again. If this person enters the top 10 gods competition, I will kill him. His assistant warns, the level of ability shown suggests military background or major family connections. Be careful. Tang Zhenliu. I just need to know who he is. He does not know yet, but he is looking. Hansen reports to his new assignment at the Shan's shooting team, Queen Shivan's elite archery unit. He is 10 seconds late. Yang Wanli, the team's group leader, is already looking at him with an expression that suggests she decided to dislike him before he walked through the door. She slides a contract across the desk without speaking. Hansen tries to fill it out. He cannot concentrate, for reasons he cannot explain in mixed company. Then Queen Shirvan calls both of them in to watch something on screen. The viral 7.88-second video. Queen Shirvan watches it twice. Her analysis is immediate and specific. God Blood Beast Soul Armor. Advanced Hybrid Gene Technique. Luojia Star Testing Center location. The person in the video is Golden Emperor. The same mysterious identity that stole from Shun Tianji. The same identity that is now becoming a significant force in the shelter's power balance. She wants Golden Emperor for Shan's team. Yang Wanli is already prepared. If he refuses, I'll use my charms. Hansen is sitting in the room. He says very carefully, from what I hear, Golden Emperor always works alone. Recruiting him won't be easy. Queen Shirvan. If he refuses, we'll use Yang Wanli's method. Yang Wanli. Fine, as long as he is not a woman. Hansen keeps his face absolutely neutral. He is Golden Emperor. They are planning to use Yang Wanli's romantic persuasion techniques on him. He is sitting in the same room. They do not know. He excuses himself as soon as he can. Hansen finds Su Xiao privately. He needs to confirm his Golden Emperor identity is still completely sealed. He approaches without his armor. Just Hansen, ordinary, no golden coating, and Su Xiao does not recognize him at all. He redirects the conversation casually. Su Xiao tells him enthusiastically about Golden Emperor, Baij, Money Brother, his 3 heroes, who he believes are three separate people and does not realize are all one person standing in front of him. I was the first one to shout Baij, Su Xiao says proudly. Without me, he would be nobody. Hansen cannot correct this. Su Xiao leans in. By the way, watch out for Yang Wanli. She is a sadist. Hansen, I have noticed. He has noticed. Yang Wanli's punishment for Su Xiao and Hansen failing to show proper deference on their first official team day. Practice drawing a 7.0 strength composite bow. 1,000 draws. No misses. No leaving until done. Su Xiao stares at the bow. 7.0 is my maximum strength. Sustained drawing at max is physically impossible for 1,000 repetitions. Hansen picks up the bow. There is no time limit. Let's just start. Other team members stand around watching and laughing. They have a hunt tomorrow. These two will not be allowed to come if they have not completed the punishment. One person even tries to bribe the deputy leader to keep them excluded. Hansen begins shooting. Arrow 1. Arrow 2. Arrow 3. The form is clean. The draw is controlled. Every arrow lands near the center of the target. He is not rushing, just maintaining steady mechanical efficiency. By arrow 40, the scorekeeper has stopped doing anything else and is just watching. 40 consecutive accurate draws, he says quietly. Same hand, same draw, no sweat visible on his forehead. This is like 30 years of focused practice concentrated into one person. Team members gather to watch. The deputy leader waves it off. People like this never become great. Hansen continues. By morning, 2,000 arrows have been fired. Both Su Xiao and Hansen have completed the full count. The target is full of arrows in a tight distribution pattern that demonstrates a level of precision the rest of the team will be thinking about for a while. Su Xiao collapses on his knees. My hands are destroyed. Hansen tells him to apply medicine now. We need to be ready for tomorrow. We don't know what kind of blood creature the hunt will involve. Su Xiao blinks. He already knows. He bribed Yang Wanli's assistant for the intelligence. Tomorrow's target is a flying blood creature. Flying target. That is a completely different archery problem. Ground targets require power and accuracy. Flying targets require timing, tracking, and the ability to read movement in 3 dimensions while drawing a bow whose weight exceeds most people's comfortable threshold. And there is another factor. A flying blood creature will have heavily reinforced anatomy. Standard steel arrows will lose velocity and deform on impact before they can penetrate deeply enough to cause real damage. He needs something better. Hansen goes to the market. He is looking for Z-Gang metal arrows, a rare new alloy that combines strength and flexibility in a way that standard materials cannot match. His Doomsday Soul bow already contains 0.4% Z-Gang in the limbs and 0.5% in the string. For arrows to perform effectively against this kind of target, they need to at least match that ratio. The market barely has any Z-Gang arrows left. They are expensive and in low supply because the material is relatively new to the shelter's production chain. But the price is reasonable for what they are. He finds a sufficient stock and buys the full supply. He walks home with the arrows under his arm. The morning hunt is ahead. The Shanch team will be joining forces with other units in what is clearly going to be the most complex, high-stakes operation Hansen has participated in since the Loyang Mountain Battle. And somewhere out there, Queen Shirvan and Yang Wanli are still looking for Golden Emperor to recruit him into the team that he is already on. And Shun Tianji is rebuilding from the Snake Cave disaster, with a vendetta against Jin Bei that has now been publicly humiliated twice. And Tang Zhenliu is searching for the identity behind the 3S rating video. And fourth brother is lying on his back on a street somewhere with a smile on his face, saying, interesting. And the family home deadline is still coming. And Lin Beifeng has a debt of gratitude he has promised to repay, with the full weight of a university-level gene technique user behind it. And the evolution crystal is still working. The copper-toothed beast is still mid-evolution in Hansen's room. The golden axe is still buried in a mountain clearing. The Doomsday Soul bow has never yet been fired at its full draw weight in a real combat situation. Hansen sets the Z-Gang arrows by his bed, checks the Doomsday Soul bow string, sits in the quiet of his room. He thinks about the wooden sign at the bottom of the stairs. He thinks about his mother turning away without complaint. He thinks about Yin eating ice cream on the ground floor while the second-floor door stayed closed above her. He picks up the bow, tests the draw one more time. The pull of it, the resistance, the way the string hums when released. 800-meter range. Steel piercing within 300. A weapon that most people in this shelter cannot even lift to full draw. He is 18 years old. He has divine-level armor from a worm nobody has ever recorded. He has the soul of a half-bull divine warrior fused into his body. He has stolen from the most powerful gang leader in the shelter twice and survived both times. He is training daily with the most powerful military woman in steel armor shelter. He has a university-level gene technique fighter who owes him a life debt. He has a three-eyed cat that is useless but eats with enthusiasm. He has 18 god gene points. The goal is 100 regular and 100 mutant. He is not even close yet, but he was at 0 1 month ago. The sun comes up. The hunt begins tomorrow. And every person in this shelter who dismissed him, blocked him, beat him, threatened him, or held up a wooden sign in front of his family is going to find out, eventually, exactly who they were dealing with. Hansen sets the bow down, closes his eyes, and for one moment, just one, he lets himself imagine what the second floor looks like. Then he sleeps. If this story hit you, like, subscribe, and drop a comment on your favorite moment. We are just getting started.